Actually, this is a story that has been going on for generations, I think. I mean, certainly it continues to be a big issue today and probably bigger than ever. But I mean, I remember when I was single and confused. It works both ways, by the way. It's also where all the good women go. It just depends on what your gender is, really. But
Yes.
yeah, it's a very, very big question. And I know in my own case, for me, it was about coming to grips with something that I didn't think was happening, which was I didn't think it was me. I thought it was them.
Oh, Walt, I love you.
But it's true. That's exactly what I thought. And I thought that, Debbie, I thought that, I didn't just think that. I thought that for 20 years.
Well, I think that we all do when we haven't learned to be accountable. Yeah, that's not abnormal. But I love that, Walt. I really
I love it now. I didn't love it so much then.
Okay. Okay. So relationship connection and communication are my jam. I love this. Let's talk about value systems, because it's my guess that you got really in touch with your values.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was single for a long time, and I was older and single for a long time by choice. But it was my value systems that I really wasn't aware of. And that's why I was aligning. I really wasn't dating either, but I would align with, if I attempted it, with somebody that wasn't meeting my values, which I maybe didn't necessarily know at the time. Talk to me about how that you have worked through some of that with your values in your own relationship. And then how are you guiding others to really discover the true values that they're seeking?
Yeah, well, I've always been someone that's more interested in long-term relationships, long-term connections that could lead to marriage. So when you think about, the vetting system between short-term and long-term relationships, you're often talking about completely different criteria. And I think that that's something that a lot of women don't understand. They'll say, well, where all the good guys go? And they'll ask me. And then I'll say, do you want the short or the long answer? The short answer is there are good men everywhere. You just got to know what you're looking for. And then they, a lot of these women say, well, I want a good man. And then they think, well, that has to be a man that has, this amount of income, this kind of a job, has a nice car. And they look at all of these very tangible, outwards, surface area things that look good on paper, but they're not digging into his personality. They're not digging into his character or his moral compass. They're not and a lot of these women don't understand, who they are as people and what type of personality they fit well with. So when they just look at things like, the wealth and status of a man and, how much money he has, that's good, but it's, it's not going to take you to the long term in and of itself. So that's kind of the thing that I help women sort of, dig into is, are you looking for somebody that looks good on paper? Are you looking for somebody that is going to be a potential life partner?
Yeah, in other words, who are they really at, and what is that real person like that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Not what do they look like in terms of, like you say, what do they look like on paper, but who are they?
Exactly.
Because that's it.
I really did. I dig that, because it is. I remember kind of skipping over all that.
Yeah, I think we all do, right?
I just skip over it. He's hot. Done deal. Right? Just over. Yeah, I just not even those. Yeah, and then later go, yeah, I probably did see that at some point that wasn't going to work.
Yeah, and I understand attraction and passion is very strong, and those things are important in any relationship too, but once the novelty of that wears off and you get past that honeymoon phase and then you get comfortable with each other, then you're left with somebody who might be hot, but maybe you can't stand them otherwise.
Pretty much. That's
well
it.
said. I
I
like
love
that.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Dear golly. Yes.